cry myself to sleep. Showed me how this town can shatter dreams. Another lesson for the night fool who came to Babylon and find out that pie don't taste sweet. Yeah, it's guitars, Cadillacs, and hillbilly music, the only thing that keeps me hanging on. Yeah, my guitars, Cadillacs, and hillbilly music, the only blow don't bone. Welcome to the Daily Goose. I'm Smokey Pete. That was country music for you. How's it going today? You doing good? I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. I've been in the zone. I've been coding. I'm sick of trading. When you guys met me, all I did was sit here all day, glued to my phone or my computer, and just trade. But I'm sick of it. The market's no good for it. The memes are not pumping like they were. So I don't want to piss my money away just like aping dumb stuff. I'm in the long game now, and I'm back to building because that's what I do when the market, when the salmon are not running, I put away my fishing pole and I start weaving a net for the next season, a net of code to sweep the sea that is blockchain. Not saying next season, like 4 years from now. I'm just saying I'm working on some stuff. So I wanted to share some stuff with you guys today here on the Goose because I saw a tweet from the goose.run main account about building on base, and I saw Mr. Papa Wheelie talking about building on base, and I was like, base is just getting started, honestly. Just like think about it for a second. Base is an Ethereum layer 2 built by Coinbase, okay? It's not Cope base, not FTXU in your base, Coinbase. You think they're going to sleep on the developer community? No. Believe me, they're just getting started. It's a great chain to build on for a lot of reasons. First of all, what I just mentioned, Coinbase is huge. And if you build something big on here, you'll get a lot of eyes. As you know, eyes equal buys. More eyes, more buys. And possibly the support of a huge exchange that may someday swallow the entire world. Second, you can't go wrong learning EVM development. Even if Coinbase does somehow manage to FTX us all in the base, you can take your skills right on over to another chain. There are lots of layer 2s that are EVM compatible, and there's of course the big Papa Daddy Ethereum. So, like I said, base is just getting started. You should try if you're interested in doing some blockchain development. To try building something on base. And like I said, since base is just getting started, Goose is just getting started. We have a relatively small TVL right now, been hovering around 2 million for the past couple months, but that's $2 million. If you look at a lot of fair launch platforms, they do not have that. And they definitely don't have the communities that we have on Goose. It's the real deal. There's something happening. And I'm telling you, this is just the beginning. I'm excited about Mr. Papa Wheelie's new project. I noticed he's going to be bringing some coins. He's going to be borrowing coins he's going to launch on Goose, borrow coins, and deploy them on some other DEX. That's exciting. I've been excited to see what happens when Goose tokens end up in another AMM pool and get some eyes on the Goose, so that's cool. But like I said, yeah, communities here are dope. So today I'm going to show you how to a brief technical lesson on how to build a blockchain application, a simple blockchain application that interacts with another blockchain application, which is our favorite blockchain application called goose.run. So these concepts I'm going to demonstrate are for blockchain beginners, but some coding experience definitely help. Without that, it's going to be, without some development basics, it's going to be like kind of confusing. Definitely be very confusing, but I'd say if you wanted to start learning to code, you could jump into a blockchain project first. It's not really that, like, there's just some things I don't know how to put this, but once you get once you like learn how to use VS Code and you learn the basics of what it means to like send a transaction on chain, it's like tools, right? They're all tools. You just have to know what tools to use, and then you can have AI help you with a lot of this stuff. It's especially good at answering questions and fixing your shitty code. So I'll just get right into it here. Like I said, if you're a beginner, go ahead and jump right in. You will not die. Okay. Whoops. Private information. So this is my repo. Now, what I said I was going to build something today that interacts with goose.run, right? So let me go through. So what I'm building, I already built it, but I'm going to show you how. Is a bot for Telegram that would honk in the chat when somebody hatches a new Goose coin. I think that would be cool. We need something like that in the Telegram channel. So without further ado, okay. So anyway, this is my virtual studio code here that you're seeing. VS Code is it's a source code editor that is free for Mac and Windows users. It's basically your place where you can put together the code base for a project. You can write code, and you can import packages that'll help you build the code. See, like, if I go to start a new project, I'm going to be using a ton of tools. I'm not just like writing code from scratch. I'm using a bunch of tools that very smart developers created to make it possible for dummies like old Smokey Pete to put together some code. And you can too. So VS Code, there's like all sorts of extensions you can get for it, but basically you can write in like any coding language and it will help you. It'll catch your errors and it'll help you, like, puts all the tools together in one place. So the basics, the things you need to build a blockchain application are as follows. By the way, use VS Code. It's the best. It's the most like common code editor, and everyone uses it. So first, you need a repository, and that's something you can create in VS Code. A repository is just a bunch of files. It's like we say directories. What we mean folders when we're speaking in the developer language. So like I've got my files here, and they are in my goose run bot directory. That's just a folder. You can make this down here is the terminal, and this is where you're like talking to your computer through what's called the command line here. You hear people talking about the CLI, that's the command line interface. You can do things like make a new directory, Fat Goose, and then there should be now a new folder in here called Fat Goose. Well, where did I put it? Maybe not. Oh yeah, there it is, Fat Goose. But we don't need that. But if I wanted to go into it, I would just go like you learn stuff as you go. Like that opens that folder, right? That's just me demonstrating the command line. Anyway, I don't want to get sidetracked in it because I've got to go over a lot of stuff here. But you can learn like those basics online very easily. All right, so when you're building yeah, I know it's nerdy. It's very nerdy, but it's probably going to be interesting, man. In case you ever wondered how these things are built, or maybe you are already a nerd. I don't know. You probably, maybe you know some of this, maybe you don't. A lot of people I know love crypto, and they've been into it forever, but they've never opened up the car or anything, looked inside the hood. So anyway, so what you need to build a blockchain application, you're making me laugh now, is you need some code, right, to execute. That's going to send your message to the blockchain. You need an internet connection. Of course, you need a fucking computer to write the code and to send your message. But you also need a node endpoint to talk to the blockchain. So that's like, because the internet, so most of the time when you guys are trading, you trade through MetaMask or something like, yeah, like on here on Goose, you connect through MetaMask. MetaMask is a wallet app that manages, it basically manages transactions for you on the blockchain. So MetaMask routes your stuff through its own network of nodes, and so you don't have to worry about it. But when you're building one yourself, you got to have a way to talk to the blockchain. So you got to go to a website like Infura or Alchemy and just get a node. You can Google it. It's easy. So you need a node to send your messages to. You also got to pick a language, right? I usually write stuff in either JavaScript or Python, mostly JavaScript, because when I'm doing EVM development, that's the Ethereum virtual machine, I like to use a program called Hardhat, which is it's a development framework for building blockchain apps. And it's like you can write smart contracts in there and deploy them into a fake local version of Ethereum and test them. So that tool is, you can work with JavaScript or TypeScript. I also use Python sometimes when I'm making trading bots, or in this case, Telegram bots. So this one's in Python, and I'm just going to go quickly over what went into building it. Okay, so what it does again is it listens to Goose it listens to Goose runs smart contracts, and when somebody launches a token, it's going to honk in the Telegram channel and let everyone know that there's a new hatch. I think it's going to be amazing. So here's what you need. This application doesn't send any transactions. It only listens. So I didn't need to bring a wallet in here with Ethereum in it. But if I had, I would have put it in here. This is a .env file. This is where you put your environment variables that are usually secrets. So that would be your node endpoint, the thing you use to talk to the blockchain. That would be the Telegram bot token. I've exposed it for all to see. So now anyone could hijack my bot, but I don't really think anyone's going to do that. I don't care. I just wanted to show you. Anyway, so you put all those in this little .env file, and then that way you can use them in your script. It's very easy, right? So this script is the code that I wrote to make the bot work, and here's how I did it. So it's in Python. I load my environment variables in here. These are just libraries that I use in the code. Those are like sets of commands that I can use in the code. And so our PC endpoint, that's the node I use to talk to the blockchain. The launch factory address, I'm going to get into this, is that's the contract on Goose that is responsible for launching the tokens. Then I've got a Telegram bot token, and these are all stored in my .env file. And then I've got a Telegram chat ID, which is the ID of the Goose run Telegram chat. So first of all, I told you how I got my node at Alchemy or Infura. That's just a node provider. You can Google it, get yourself a free node. All right, then I needed a way to talk to the Goose contracts, right? So how do I do that? Well, I've got the launch factory address right here. I got it by sleuthing. But I'm going to show you right here. If you want to write code that interacts with a smart contract, you need a way to talk to that smart contract. You can't just write it a message in JavaScript. Well, I mean, you kind of can, but you need an ABI. You need an interface. So what an ABI is, it's an application binary interface. And this is the launch factory, right? And what it does is it breaks down the functions that you call into binary code so that the smart contract receives the message and knows what you're trying to say to it. So like this is the smart contract. This is wait. I guess I thought this one was published. Whatever. Well, it's working anyway. So you can't get an ABI from this. Anyway, I have the ABI. Usually you can go here and you can go to base scan and get an ABI. If the contract is published. Weird. Is that on the right thing? Base scan. Yeah. Base scan. The address. Okay, let's see some of these transactions. Here's a Goose contract. Trump doppelganger. That's one of the tokens, right? So if I wanted to interact with this through my code, I would just need to get the contract ABI, which would be, so this is the Solidity code for the contracts. If you go down to the bottom, you can get the ABI. So this is the contract ABI, and it's JSON, which is like JavaScript object notation, I think. But you need to take that, copy paste it into your repo, into your code thing here. There it is. So this is the contract ABI for Goose. So what I do, so here's what the bot does, right? So I got it connected to, wait, where does it have the, all right, so look, it connects to the endpoint, connects to the blockchain, and then it loads the ABI from goose.run. Then it creates a contract, factory contract instance in order to listen to that contract. Then it initializes my Telegram bot. You gotta, to make a Telegram bot, you have to Google BotFather. That is the little application made by Telegram that makes building Telegram bots very easy. So that's like a separate tutorial. I'm just showing you the basics, the broad overview here. So yeah, you load the ABI, and then you get, see this thing here, this is using Web3, which is it's a library. This is a Python library that just like lets me do stuff, talk to blockchain, basically. It's a bunch of, so this ETH and contract, these are built-in objects. All right, so then you initialize your Telegram bot, and then this is the asynchronous function to handle events as they come through the Goose contract. So this is listening for the event of a new hatch creation. And when it does, it takes that data and this is the main loop, sorry. This is the part that's listening. But when it hears so it's listening for the create token, it gets the log, and then it handles the event, processes the data from the creation, and it sends a message to Telegram group. So let's test it out and see if it works. Okay. Damn, was my chat with my buddy? Oh, well, whatever. Okay. Here we go. Let's do it. Let's see if it works. Let's test it. Real deal. I tested it earlier a couple times, and it did work, but what it printed was ugly. So I changed up the way it sends the message, and maybe it's going to be cooler this time. All right. Are you out of the Fat Goose folder yet? Let's get back to, okay, good. Nope, get me into the Goose Run bot. Nice. All right. So we'll get the bot running. Look at that. See, it's listening for create token manager events. So that's working. And now, I'm just going to move this so that we can see if it works when I made the Goose Hatch bot an ad in the chat too. All right. Whoa. Somebody buy my test 3 token? No way. Come on. It's got no swaps, right? No, that would be stupid. $72 market cap. Anyway, let's hatch a new one. Let's call it test 4. Okay. Let's hatch that. Hatch that goose. Oof, oof. Am I out of? Spent all my ETH, the $6 I put in here to hatch some other. Oh, all right. Give me a sec. Okay. All right, let's hatch this baby. Come on. Oh, it hasn't received it yet.